All right, you heard the report of June Hidalgo. He said that the defense is looking at a possible appearance of the Chief Justice on Monday. Is that acceptable to the Senate? Will it still fit in your working timetable?
Well, we'll wait for them to explain it later. Then we'll see on the basis of their explanation how we will move forward. Hihintayin natin magpaliwanag sila tungkol sa kondisyon ni Chief Justice at doon natin dadalhin how to
Have the Senate doctors reported to the senators on their own examination of the Chief Justice?
Even that, there was a decision made by the Senate President, and he will announce it.
Talagang ang hirap bigay. No, ito na lang. Will there be two actions on the part of the Senate? Meaning, in consideration of his actual condition right now as revealed by the doctors of Medical City, and separate action by the Senate on what he did yesterday, to which for many senators was disrespectful of the court.
With respect to the first issue, we agreed to have the defense counsels explain to us the condition, and we will evaluate whether or not such a condition merits some accommodation. So that hihintayin natin paliwanag ng defense. Totoo bang may kondisyon siya at totoo bang kailangan niyang ng palugit dahil siya makakaharap today.
Did you feel that it was direct contempt of your lawyer?
I think it was unacceptable behavior.
Unacceptable.
Yes, and we believe it was disrespectful. Clearly, he could have requested the court to allow him to rest, but he's not feeling well, but he did not say that. He stood up and left, even without being discharged. So that was really most unfortunate. The fact that we also gave him 3 hours to explain everything, this is most unusual. It was really an accommodation. And we even overruled, the court overruled the protests of the prosecution and allowed the Chief Justice all the time. And yet, in the end, this is what he did. So hindi maganda at hindi katanggap-tanggap. Isa siyang Chief Justice. Siya dapat ang nangunguna sa pagrespeto sa ating mga institusyon. Ngunit at sa ganitong pangyayari, siya pa ang manner of speaking, disrespect.
Para sa iyo, dapat siya ikanta.
We will
We'll
wait for the Senate President's announcement.
I'm just curious, Senator Kiko, about was there any consensus on the status of his testimony? Is it something that the court will consider? Is it something
Right now, it is still on record, and we will wait for the explanation of the defense, and we will decide as to whether or not we will act in favor of allowing the testimony to stand or let it be seen. So it all depends on how the defense will present the issue of this being able to testify or not following the next meetings.
Well, LJ, Senator Kiko, I'm also curious if there is some accountability on the part of the defense lawyers. Is that something that you discussed? Because some people are saying that this was actually premeditated, and perhaps some of the defense lawyers.
There were some issues raised, but we glossed over the role of the defense lawyers in this unfortunate incident. Yes.
Okay. Well, I think Tony and Karen in the studio have questions for Senator Kiko Pangilinan. Guys?
Yes. Go ahead. Well, strictly speaking, it has no relation to the evidence that has been presented in the case and the impeachment complaint. Strictly speaking, that's irrelevant. But again, we were very liberal. The Senate President gave him all the opportunities to be able to express and present his position.